Hello, everyone, and welcome to Player Hater Gaming. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and Dungeon Master for tonight's episode. Now, before we get into it, I have a couple of just really quick announcements I want to get through. The most important being, as you have probably seen on our Wednesday stream and our previous Sunday stream, here at Player Hater Gaming, we are making the choice to explore other content creation platforms. Now, what that means for Twitch is that due to, as many of you know, the affiliate program, we will need to demonetize ourselves on Twitch. So if you have a subscription, just let it run out. And if you feel the need to give, we have placed a PayPal tip below. We also have our Patreon where you can get some fantastic things from that. We have monthly magical monsters, items, NPCs, and even a complete one-shot on our Patreon, which is also available in the links below, and I also believe those links will be in chat here shortly. What that means for everybody on our Twitch platform is that we will be still streaming on Twitch, but we'll be doing a lot of multi-streaming to other platforms as we explore the best way for us to reach as many incredible people as possible. That's really about all I have for that. Aside from the usual things, if you haven't checked us out already, make sure you skip over to our Twitter, our YouTube, our TikTok. A lot of those things are going to be utilized incredibly well soon. I've been learning a lot about them, especially as a content creator. They're a lot of fun, actually. And then the last two things is our Discord. We have two of them. We have one that's just the Player Hater Gaming Discord, where we just share memes, talk life, and communicate strictly via GIFs. It's one of my specialties. And of course, we have another server, which is our West Marches style server. It is the Ashurma Land of Prosperity. It is where you can go. Please come join us there. You can learn to play D&D. You can play D&D. It is a text-based server. They have voice channels as well for open RP. It is a lot of fun, and I love always looking over there and just seeing a lot of people just hanging out, playing D&D, or just chilling. Aside from that, I don't think I have anything else. Let me get over here and get to my players on the screen. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Gee.
Miss Red, we are so glad that you are here, but please also do not strain your voice for us. We love you very much. The community loves you. Don't kill your voice for us.
Okay. I will try.
Thank you very much. Beyond those announcements from earlier, I don't think there's anything else. You guys have anything I may have forgotten?
Nope, I don't have anything.
I don't think so. Okay, look at me go.
Secretly level up?
Did you secretly level up? No.
Right.
In fact, D-level. Take a level away. Roll 1d4. Take away that many levels.
That was really dead.
If you roll a 4, you're a commoner. Go open the stat block.
Wait, hold up.
I mean, only it changes my intelligence.
That's funny.
I'm only level 3, it's okay.
Watch my luck. I want to roll a 4. Yep.
All right,
falls on dice.
Open up that commoner stat block for me. Thank you very much. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm kidding. Let's just jump into tonight's episode. Last Wednesday, we all took part in a fun adventure of watching this group of people come together, finally make a name for themselves as the
What did we decide on?
The Chaos Crew, with K's
That's right.
spelling both of them Mortal Kombat style.
Oh god.
Yep.
I'm gonna call you guys K squared. I'm kidding.
It's funny because not a single one of us have a K in our name, except for Zon.
I do.
Yeah, that's much. Oh, and also, if you hear 1,000 sirens in the background, I live close to an interstate, and there was unfortunately some bad news there. So, do my best to try and catch the mute button, but sometimes I may just be talking. Sorry about that. But anyways, they were able to talk to Miss Eva. They all decided they would finally form a group name, sign the contract, present it to them by Avis, and they returned to the mines the next day, post lunchtime-ish, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they mostly hung out. I believe some of you checked out some mines, didn't find a whole lot. Zahn, you went and actually worked in some mines for a little bit of actually extra pay, honestly. And then as you were working with Buck, you were attacked by a creature that just came out of the rock. Buck tried to help free you. Unfortunately, his pickaxe didn't do a whole lot, so he ran to get help. Eva, Doctor, and Red joined in the fray after some intense moments and some close calls, honestly, and also quick thinking from a lot of you.
And hugs.
And hugs. Hugs are very important. Love will conquer the world.
Doesn't work on rocks, apparently.
Apparently not. We'll see.
Maybe work on the trees.
Maybe we're on trees, yeah. We'll just keep throwing elementals at you until it works. But at the end of the fight, it was discovered that one of them had been attacking one of the support beams. In an attempt to fix it, fortunately, Zahn was left buried beneath a cave-in, having pushed, I believe, Red and Doctor?
Just Red, Doctor.
Just Red. Doctor made it. Pushing Red aside, Zahn was buried underneath a collapse, essentially, in the middle of this mine. That's where we open up. So as the dust begins to settle, and the three of you are thankfully not near a decently sized cave-in. What do you do?
Doc tries to see if he can start moving some rocks out of the way to help get Zahn back out, but not knowing if she's alive or not.
Okay.
I don't have anything for elements problems. I can try and cast a message to her, see if she can respond.
Sure.
I know it says that it can be blocked by a foot of stone. I'm not sure how much stone is in between me and her, though, so I'm still gonna try.
Go ahead.
And I'll just say, please tell me you're alive in there somewhere.
Zahn, what is your constitution modifier?
It is +3.
So you can hold your breath for 4 minutes.
Amazing.
So I do believe it is 1 plus your constitution modifier. That sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right on that.
That sounds right. So we're going to say it is right until otherwise
It
proven
is
wrong.
It is right. We're good.
Okay. So you are currently underneath some rock. And you hear a very faint whisper of a message in the back of your mind. Please tell me you're alive in there.
Kind of. Ish.
You get a weak reply, Eva.
Good enough. I'm gonna
Like you're
start
going through a
moving
tunnel with a
boulders.
cell phone, you know? You can.
Kind of broken up.
Kind of broken up.
Good enough for me. I'll start hauling boulders with Doc.
Okay. Everyone who's going to be moving rocks and boulders, make me a strength check.
Actually, before I do that,
Okay.
can I cast message in the other direction and see if I can get to... What'd you call him? Buck?
Yes.
My best friend Buck.
Actually, honestly, about this time, Buck would actually be coming around a corner with a bigger pickaxe.
I'm just gonna turn to him and say, "Get some hands over here. We need to move some rock."
Get more people.
And he takes off.
Again.
Good enough.
About what I expected.
Strength what? Check or save?
Strength check, please.
Hmm.
As the rock.
Yep, that's about right.
I'd be at 14.
Okay.
9 for the doctor.
All right.
Double digits.
4.
Zon, if you want, you may make a strength check as well. Yours will be a disadvantage. You are currently
I
buried.
Figured. 13.
Okay. About 2 minutes go by of all of you just moving rocks, getting out of the way. Zon, you're trying to find space to get some kind of a breath and move before Eva, Red, and Doctor, you start hearing, "This way, over here, come on, let's go, this way, this way." And you look and you can see about 5 dudes just turning a corner, armed to the teeth with pickaxes, buckets. And they start
Red
going
gets
to
the hell
town.
out of the way. She's not any kind of a help.
Doc will kind of let them do their job, and Buck is not ready to drop any kind of healing he needs to.
Okay. Zon, make me a Constitution saving throw.
I got this. Kind of. 18.
18, okay. As the last bit of breath you've been holding on to starts to run out, and you're just like thinking, is this it? Is this actually how I'm going to die? Buried under a rock, not even in the fields of a battle. Buried. You hear a voice. "Oh, I don't think so." And you feel these 2 meaty paws on your shoulder, and Buck just drags you out, and you get, for the first time in about 4 minutes, a full breath of fresh air.
Doc is going to drop a cure wounds into her.
She just gasps and coughs and just catches her breath and just kind of looks around like, what the fuck just happened?
You're on the ground, currently laying on top of Buck, who like dug his heels in and pulled you backwards, and then fell backwards with you because he couldn't support your weight.
Just kind of looks back, rolls over and pats him on the chest like, thank you, Buck.
Yep. I haven't lost a teammate. Yep. Boy, you're heavy.
You did it.
Oh,
Oh, thank.
respectfully heavy.
Doc gets over and drops the cure wounds into her, just in case.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
heal her for 4.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you, the doctor.
About this
What's it
time,
called? I would have had.
Buck stands up. The other members are starting to like assess the damage, and things have definitely cooled down. Buck just kind of looks to Zon. "What do you reckon that thing was?"
One question: does Doc know where they are?
What was that?
Does Doc know?
Do any of us know?
Right.
Everyone can make me a history or arcana check.
Oh.
I'm making you.
My best stat yet.
Oh, let's go.
Wow.
I'm adding. The
Jeez,
health die.
Doc.
I'll add the health die on there, so that is a 30 total.
Oh my gosh. Yep, I got a 9. I'm not wasting my health die on anything right
now. Eva, you've heard of these in Song and Tale. You've heard of creatures made of the elements, purely just formed out of water, fire, earth. You've heard of these creatures. Zahn, I'll say you actually probably have some experience fighting them, given your background and history. You probably have been in a ring for some quick coin against like a minor version of these. Doctor, now that you've had a moment to not be in combat and really think about it, you've definitely read about these before. You know that they were some scale of elemental. They didn't seem to be of what you're used to reading about. So perhaps they're just of a lesser grade or a lesser strength. But you are aware that they are elemental creatures. They are just sentient physical element. This one being, of course, rock, earth, so on and so forth.
Okay. Doc was what Buck asked that what they were. Doc is a sentient rock, lesser elementals basically.
You can see Zoc looks to Zahn very like, the fuck did you just say?
Rocks with magic from different planes.
Magical
I've fought
rock.
with you before. Magical rocks.
And he looks at the pile that you just hacked in half and like kicks it. Well, it's not magical now.
Nope. I mean, there's probably more around. I don't think that these are the only ones in here.
How many did we come across? I know me and Red took on one. Red melted it down.
I think we took on. I know I killed 1, 2, maybe.
I think there were 3. Yeah.
So
3
4 in
others.
total.
Yeah.
The odds are more.
Plus the one in the other cave in, probably.
I imagine they were shifting through all the rocks. They were able to mold into them. And
So I was talking to, and I was, trying to negotiate, being like, we can help you, but then they're saying,
Wait, you can talk to him?
Doc's looking with the same look, like you can talk to him.
yeah, I can talk to a lot of things. It was basically saying this is their rock. And I was saying, like, look, this might be your rock, but we also live here. This is our only rock. So, like, why don't we get you to the big rock? And, he didn't really like that.
So, there's more of these things then.
More of these things, and the more you mine, the more you're going into their territory.
Oh no.
We might need to
speak with Avis about this.
Yes. This is going to be a recurring
probably for
problem.
the best. We'll get this patched up and try and get the support beam back up before we lose more. He looks above himself.
If you hear grinding stone and wood, it's probably one of them.
Right.
I mean, I was just kind of standing there. We were just kind of chatting, taking breaks. Don't forget to take breaks, you guys. And it just kind of hugged me.
The way she says that is so good.
Red currently is struggling not to make snarky remarks because, she did kind of get saved by Zahn. So, but you can see like the struggle is visible on her face. She's just like, I want to say so many things right now.
Well, I assume we should speak with Avis as soon as we can about this.
Yeah, he should be in his office. Like I said, we got this.
right, we'll leave you to it.
And he kind of leans over to Zahn and like punches you in the thigh. Hey, thank you.
I punch him in the shoulder. No, thank you.
All right, come on. Go get some wood, shovels, cart. And they start going about their business, getting the place essentially cleaned up and ready to put a support beam back in.
I guess we'll head our way out and go back to Avis's office.
You head out the mine and you get to the entrance, and Avis greets you there because he's like on his way there. Oh, hey, hi.
Avis, man, we're looking for.
Yeah, I was just coming. I heard there was a commotion. Is everything okay?
No one's hurt, luckily.
I mean,
Well,
That's good.
No one's
Nobody's
dead, you
dead.
mean?
no one's dead.
yeah.
We'll take no one's dead. We'll take that.
Do you have a druid around? Or somebody who can talk to nature?
No.
You'll want to find one, because this is not going to go away. There are multiple stone elemental things in the rock you are trying to mine, and the further you go into that rock, the more hostile they're going to become. It might be in your best interest to see if somebody can help you negotiate with them.
Negotiate?
They are sentient. They're able to. They are smart enough to hold a conversation.
Where are they coming from? We've never had this problem before.
Maybe they're just that deep in. We hadn't. I don't know how far deep they've been in here for. They might have been here for as long as John's been here, but
Either way, if you don't try and work with them, they will definitely keep trying to kill your people, which is not an outcome anybody wants.
what does Doc know about portals to other planes?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Or
Who
a
knows,
history
if
check.
you happen to negotiate, they might even help you get some rare ores. You never know.
-3 from that for 27.
Jesus.
27?
I put expertise in Arcana, so I have a +9.
Jeez.
You know it's possible. You know, actually, Jesus. Considering the realm you're in, it has been confirmed there are various just open portals to random planes because of the magic around this realm. Some of them reside to the elemental plane of air. Some of them reside in the elemental plane of water. That's one of the main leading theories about how there's a cloud ocean. There's maybe a couple of portals side by side that are spewing out these magics between the air and the water, and it makes the cloud ocean.
It's possible there could be a portal to the Earth plane somewhere in the mountain. That might be where you think might be coming from.
Huh. Something somebody would have made?
I've heard some people able to make portals, but it's
That's
also possible it's naturally occurred as well.
Somebody making that would be pretty powerful and pretty
Learned.
noticeable, one would
Yeah.
think.
You would think, but if it's underground, maybe not. But at the same time, the issue is this is a recent problem, not a problem that's been happening for a while. And they come so close to the entrances, so I'd imagine this is more a recent opening of a portal at the very least.
If it is one.
Yes. Otherwise, these things have been in the mountains since the mountains been a thing.
I mean, either way, even if you decide not to negotiate with them, you would probably still want somebody who can speak with rock. Because they can at least tell you if they've been there or not.
Right. Great. Another thing I need.
I mean, when I'm here, I can try and translate, but I'm not here all the time.
No, you're only one person, and there are many minds. So
That is true.
do you happen to know anyone in the city that might be more learned on this topic that we might go talk to about this?
I mean, there's plenty of the schools you could go to. Give me a moment to pull them up. DM needs his deep lore notes. Doodah.
Doctors go. Yes. Well, I hadn't been here too long. I don't quite know the schools yet.
There you are. There is the. You can see he kind of thinks for a minute. And there are a few schools here, obviously. Nature of the island, all that. Weave Tech's Grand Center. You see, he's like definitely a little sarcastic when he says that. You can. There's no insight roll needed. He's probably not a fan. There's the Bexreen Academy, School of Arcane Arts. Probably your best bet. Next down from that would probably be the Song and Blade Conservatory. And Eva, you've heard of that place.
Bexrine. How do you spell that?
Bexrine. For you, Eva, roll a history check. With advantage, actually.
Oh, that went on a journey. 13.
13. You have heard of the Song and Blade Conservatory. It is a specifically bardic college. It's where pretty much all, if you're a bard worth your mentioning, you went through this school.
So prestigious.
Oh yeah, big time.
Gotcha.
Well, my intuition say the Bexrine Academy is our best bet to find someone who's probably more expertise in this field than us. Hey, if you want, we can make the inquiries for you at the academy.
That'd be great. Let's get you. I mean, workday's almost done. Get your day's pay pulled together, and then when we go over today, pass it out.
Sounds like a plan.
A few more hours go by. Someone roll me a d6.
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
1.
1? Okay.
Yes.
Everything goes fine. Now there's no more instances, and they've got most of the collapse cleaned up, and they're trying to get that one mine rebuilt.
Luckily, it was only one beam and not multiple.
Only one. That's right. Could have been way worse.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, as promised, Avis hands each of you your day's gold. And then very much like an end of shift, you see a lot of individuals making their way towards the railway.
Just to reconfirm that it's 10 gold for the day, right?
Yes, because there was an incident. I think it was 7 for nothing and then 10 for
Something
combat.
happened.
Yeah. Make a quick note of that. I can remember that. That does sound right.
What we said, pretty sure what we said last week, but the week before that, I don't remember the exacts we went over.
Okay, we got it written down now. 7 and 10.
And we have a stream, so.
Wait a minute. Ding! But at the day's end, you take the Weave Tech Railway to the Phaedrift Dynasty. Do you go now, just so you can have some good idea here? Let me get back to a specific map for all of you. So you guys were roughly here. You were just on the other side of what's known as the Great Wall. It is what divides the Rainbow Quarry from the Phaedrift Dynasty. It is a drop. It's where the initial drilling and mining began. So as you get to just the other side of the Great Wall is the Cerulean Castle.
Mhm.
Outward from that, obviously, it is surrounded by the High Noble District. Money's money, things like that. Further out from that is where you start getting into some of the schools, specifically the Sword and Song, and the Song and Blade, and the Bexrine Academy. They're not side by side, but they're visibly within each other's distance.
Like I said, Doc's more inclined to the Bextring. Head over there and see if there's someone who's more experienced, like maybe conjuration schools or something that might have more knowledge about elementals.
Okay. As you approach the school grounds, the first thing is everybody going, first of all?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Zahn, you're out of place. This is
So out of place.
all new to you. This number, like, you've been in larger cities, you've been in places, but to be in the birthplace of Weave Tech and just that central hub of infused arcanum, it is just, I wouldn't say beyond your ability to grasp, but it is definitely out there for you. The rest of you still don't feel like you belong, even though some of you even live here for a bit. Red, you're like, you don't come to this part of town. This is not for you at all. You only reason you're here is because you're protecting somebody because you're on a job.
Yep.
You're escorting somebody. But it is a larger school, probably 4 stories high, large building separated into 3 different smaller buildings. Each building is 4 stories high, and they are almost like it has 3 towers, but imagine a towers as actual buildings.
Mhm.
The grounds themselves there's not a ton of grassland here. Most of it is paved or garden, open study, areas like that. There are sculptures, there are water fountains, there's places to read, there's places to just enjoy it. This is one of the great benefits about being above the weather. There's never rain, there's never bad weather. It's almost a foreign concept at this point. What is weather? It is just immaculate, beautiful. There are students some moving in groups, probably still being lectured and led, wearing like very simple cerulean robes. You can tell, denoting them. I would say, see here, Dr. Eva, makes sense. Red and Zahn, give me an intelligence check.
Oh,
Oh no.
this is not going to go well.
Not
Oh, yeah, that's a 4.
16.
Okay. Zahn, you know that for a soldier, typically you have more things on your armor or your attire. you're of a higher ranking. So as you're looking around, you're seeing some individuals who have like a plain robe, some have like a single sash or a double sash, and you're able to kind of pick up, okay, they're a little older, they're senior, they're junior. Okay, this makes sense. The rest of you can make it out as well. Red, you're like, I hate this place, I hate this place, I hate this place.
That tracks.
Bunch of educated, pompous, horrible people who I had to keep alive sometimes because they pay me.
That actually really tracks.
Almost like I know your characters very well.
Yep.
I think you just know us very well.
Well, that too.
Excuse me. You're not wrong.
I'm gonna see if I can single out a student, not one that's necessarily looks like they're part of a class, but someone who might just be going from A to B. And I would like to just ask them, do you happen to know if the library would be available?
Easy to do. You stop this kind of human male individual, has this blonde hair, simple blue eyes, wearing a robe, but it has two sashes over it, and they do have like the two sashes are attached to like a satchel, like holding their books. Yes, the library. I'm certain it's open to the public. Actually, there's certain hours. I don't know if this is now, but anyways, sorry. You'll go to the main building. You'll see the shorter of the three. And you can see now the three buildings. There's three of them that are 4 stories, and then a middle building that is just 2 stories. In there, as soon as you walk inside, there will be obviously 3 hallways. Go straight in, make a left, and then after a little bit, you'll see signs for the library. Again, I can't promise to let you in. It may not be public hours anymore, but there are public hours. I just don't know what they are.
I appreciate the help. Thank you very much.
Of course.
One more question.
And he looks
What
to
are
you. Yeah. Yes.
What are you studying? What school?
Oh, well, I am pursuing the great arts of transmutation. And he looks very proud of himself.
I'm familiar with that school. It's very handy and very useful.
It is very useful. Well, thank you all very much, and have a good day.
You too.
Yes, of course.
And he-
Don't mean to keep you.
Heads off. For like just a moment, there's that weird part where like you're both going in the same direction after you say
Oh
goodbye.
God.
And then he's like, he just breaks off.
So I'm glaring
Oh.
at him a little
I'm just going to
bit.
ask every single person here what school of magic they prefer. 'Cause I'm
Let
just
me open
curious.
the manual. I'll go get my D&D manual. I don't care.
I'm going to the student union.
There's weird people on campus.
It also gives me an idea of whether or not my school is acceptable or not. I still don't know.
That's true. But anyways, you follow directions given to you. Once you go inside, you actually are stopped by someone who is dressed a fair bit differently than the rest of the student body you've seen so far. It is an elder individual, human, wearing some very simple like gray robes, no hat, just this kind of stringly, thinning gray hair. But that's not what catches you.
Mhm.
What catches you is the fact that this stringly gray hair is so horribly kept, but their mustache and goatee is immaculate. I mean, it's just perfectly cut, pressed down almost. It is just perfect little shapes and angles.
So Saruman.
Yeah, essentially.
Saruman the Gray.
You are completely not wrong, and thank you for calling me on my bullshit. Appreciate it.
You're bullshit. I'm just saying that fits the description.
I'm just throwing it out there. Can I help you all?
Yes, we heard there was a library that had some public hours.
Yes, there's the library here, but I believe it's closed to the public for the day.
Do you
Come
know
back
when we
tomorrow.
might be able to come back tomorrow?
I believe it opens at 8 and closes promptly at 3.
AM, PM,
Uh,
evening, morning.
8 a.m. to 3 p.m., dear.
Okay. Would you happen to have an ability to perhaps expedite a request for us? You see, the mines are having some trouble, and we've been asked to look into anything about communication with stone elementals.
Well, if the... Would this be for a private contractor or for the kingdom's efforts?
Kingdom's effort. Stone elementals are assaulting and collapsing
good.
mines.
Fascinating.
It is.
Will help you a lot. Go back to the individual at the mines and have them fill out the request explaining what's going on, and then you can bring it back here. You'll want to take it, and he turns and starts pointing. Straight down that way through those double doors is the main office. You can take it there, and I'm sure they would love to help you.
One more question.
Yes, of
Do you
course.
know any teacher here who you would recommend whose expertise in conjuration or in general elemental studies that we can consult?
That would probably be Professor Lavina. She's a little out there, but proven her knowledge time and time again.
I'm sure we'll get along fine.
Do you want to speak with her?
Is she available today?
Don't know.
Can you direct us to her office or classroom?
And he just holds up a finger to pause you from stopping talking.
Mm-hmm.
And you see he makes some motions in the air, and his eyes kind of glaze over. You can see his mouth moving, but you don't hear anything.
Do I recognize the spell?
I think you've seen this cast before.
Maybe in alternate ways, but
I would say you've probably familiar enough. It's some form of message or sending, something like that.
okay, sending probably.
When you get so good at your spells, you don't have to talk anymore. It's like
Right.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's just a moment of pause.
I have been trying to reverse engineer a sending spell from sending stone.
She is done for the day, but she said she's open to speak tomorrow.
Did you give the time?
She has no morning class, but she is here promptly when school opens at 7 a.m.
Sounds like a good opportunity.
Very well. Well, with nothing else, I will have to ask you to leave the grounds.
Of course. Thank you very much for your help.
What is your name, sir?
I am Professor Zine.
Zun?
Zine.
Zine.
Zein.
I was gonna say if your name was Professor Zahn, we'd be twins.
You can literally see red.
Ma'am, with your
About
frame,
to
I
explode.
don't think we could be related.
Fraternal twins
I
are a thing.
Yeah.
Would you happen
that?
to be a gladiator in the rings?
I mean, if there's good pay, I could be.
Here there is, especially if people bet on you and you win.
I think I know my next business venture.
I look forward to seeing you there.
Just gonna type
She takes
in
some
avid
notes.
gambler onto his name.
That may or may not allegedly be the fault I rolled.
That's adorable.
Amazing.
But yes, we will take our leave.
Okay. You guys head out.
Yeah, I
Where'd he
guess
go?
once we're off the grounds, Doc will just go. Well, I guess we can just go our separate ways to our own individual homes. Meet back up here at the gates at 7, 8ish in the morning.
What time of day is it currently? Like about what time? We worked most of the day, so
You did work most of the day. It's probably, looking around, having to guess the time, it's probably about 7,
okay.
about 6 or 7. You gather that most mining operations probably end about 5:30, and by the time you rode the railway, walked around, it's probably more to 7.
Sounds good.
I think with that, Doc, like same suggestion. Do we head on to our individual homes, or and just meet back up here around 7?
That is awfully early.
I was gonna say.
Well, I do know that if after our talks with the professor, we'll want to do some research in the library, and I do know how time-consuming that can be.
Perhaps Doc and I, being the early birds, can get a head start.
That sounds like a plan. The two of you can meet us here at the library.
All right, that works.
Yeah,
I won't wake you up if this time's on.
I appreciate that. I will try not to wake you up with my snoring.
All right then. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Who goes where?
I know me and Zon have to go to the railways.
Okay.
Red goes to find an inn.
Okay. Do you leave this part of town first, or do you try to find one here?
Oh, no. We go to the part of town that she's used to. We're not
Okay.
sticking around this thing.
Yeah, as you're leaving, you're getting like side-eye looks from guards.
She kind of sneers at them.
To be fair, the both of us do really stick out here.
Yeah.
I just stick out in general.
Yeah.
Would you rather stay at my place for the night? You don't need to spend money. I have a bedroom.
Are you sure? Oh, you're talking to Never mind.
Yes.
I thought you were offering for like Zon and
The
and
doctor
Doc
can
to
kick
stay.
rocks.
Yeah.
My house isn't that big, okay? I have a bed.
That's why I was wondering, like, you're inviting both Zon and Doc?
Yep, nobody invites Red anywhere. It's fine.
Nowhere, ever. Sleep in a cardboard box. Bye.
Gosh.
I mean, I know Red has her preferences.
I don't want to be a burden.
It wouldn't be a burden. Come stay over, have dinner. Hang out with Cassie.
All right, I suppose I could do that.
I rarely have company anyways.
You could
True
show her some
enough.
of your magic.
What was that?
You could show her some of your magic.
You realize I have magic of my own, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I think she's referring to Cass here.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't get her started being a pyro like you. Miss Eva
I can't
will
make any
appreciate
promises
that.
there.
Listen, if my child wants to indulge in fire, as long as it is done properly, I have no qualms about it.
Well, there you go.
I'm not going to determine what my child can and can't do with her magic. As long as it's safe.
Right, well.
Ish.
When was the last time you saw me get burned?
You
Oh,
are fire, dear.
True enough, yes.
You set yourself on fire all the time.
And it's perfectly safe for me.
For you. Not everyone's like you.
When was the last time I set any of you on fire?
I'm pretty sure you want to set me on fire most of the time.
Ah, but I have something called self-restraint.
I will basically just hook my arm into Red's and drag her home with
Drag
me.
her away from the conversation. Okay.
Just in case.
Okay. So Eva and Red head to the Starlight Manor in all of its glory.
Is
You
that
get
what my
there.
home is called?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know this.
Love it.
Yeah, you get there, you walk in, and you do notice Emma is there with Cassandra, just watching. Oh, hey, dearie. And she like hops down from the chair because she's a halfling.
Yeah. I will slide a few gold her way. I'll give her.
Oh, no. She just takes one. No, it's nothing, please.
You're taking time out of your life to take care of her for me. That's the least I can do.
Oh, I don't work. I make him do all the work. And she points down the street. You can see where their house is.
Oh my god. As it should be.
He's a good enough tailor. He's fine.
I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, of course. She was a dear. Anyways, you have a good night. And she looks to Red. Hello.
Hello.
And what you can see is this just cute as a button halfling, like motherly figure, blonde hair, loose braids, just smiling.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you'll have a good night. Bye, Cassandra. Bye.
Oh god. Down.
Red, you have a blink dog puppy just at your feet. Just.
Oh, she does not know what to do right now.
It gets up on its paws on you. Like it barely comes up to your knees.
Yeah, she's like 5'8". Good puppy.
It's on.
This stream.
Look, she's got a +0 in anal handling, okay?
And I will quickly get into taking care of Cassandra and making some food for us all.
Okay.
Just go about the rest of the evening.
Three of you enjoy a simple evening. Nothing crazy happens. It's just a good evening, not on a ship.
Nice. I like it.
Doctor and Zon.
Yes.
Two of you are heading straight back to the shop.
Unless Zon has anywhere she wishes to go, that's Doc's plan.
Do you have alcohol at your shop, the doctor?
Not before drinking.
Oh.
For cleaning wounds.
Who needs alcohol to clean wounds?
It's very good disinfectant.
Water and fire is fine.
That's cauterizing gear. Very different.
It fixes them.
It stops the bleeding, but doesn't stop it from getting infected.
You're not wrong. But do you know of any good bar or place that sells liquor?
Roll a history check.
Because
That's a good question. Yeah, Doc.
Roll a history
Only, like,
check.
I think I've been to 3
I
places
already
here.
pulled up the bars. I can't wait to see what you roll.
23.
23. The only one you've been to comes to mind.
The super seedy one we had our talk with Drakic at.
You'd head Zon as the doctor leads you through the Faydrift Dynasty region of this incredibly large floating island.
Mhm.
You realize the further and further you get away from the middle of the island, the seedier and less developed it gets. You watch as buildings go from absolute pristine, immaculate stonework down to just stonework, down to stone and lumber, down to lumber and cloth, and then mostly like thin planks of lumber holding up a frame with cloth as the tent. Doctor
Yep.
weaves through various alleyways, passing by questionable individuals, before he gets to a half, like one chain is snapped off, so it's just swinging back and forth while spinning a little bit, but you kind of catch it, and it says Gundy's Gulps.
Gundy's Gulps.
And for the first time since setting foot on this island in the past 2 days, you almost feel at home.
Yep. Can she, like, take out, I don't know, what does she even have in her inventory that she could use? She has a mess kit. She's gonna pull out, like, the knife from there, and she's gonna take the other half the chain and just, like, stab it in wherever to fix the sign.
Okay, so you... How do you get up there? It's
How
not
high
hanging
is
at
it?
eye level for you. For you, you would have to still reach up a bit.
Is there, like, a crate around?
Sure.
Yeah, she gets the crate, she
How
gets on
trustworthy
that.
is that crate for her weight?
I don't know. Roll a d20.
And this is where she dies. Oh, jeez. 7.
7. You get up and you start reaching for a chain. You start hearing. You don't know if you want to push it or not. It seems like it's going to be okay.
It's her. She's gonna push it.
You push through and you, with one of your daggers, remove a dagger from your inventory. You're able to somewhat stabilize the sign. Just as you make that jerk of motion, you instantly drop about 1.5 feet as the crate just crumbles on the inside. Just...
It's fine. She'll, like, step out, kick it off her foot.
Doctor's head down, just shaking it back and forth, like.
I wanted to know where we were.
Not a part of town you want to draw attention to yourself, dear.
Eventually, the two of you head inside.
Mhm.
It is every essence of the word seedy dive bar. It is dark. There are maybe 5 or 6 tables in the back. Familiar to you, Doctor, but unfamiliar to you, Zahn, is a humanoid-looking individual, pretty beefy, kind of bent over on the bar a bit, kind of resting elbows on it, just cleaning something real quick and easy. You head up to it, Zahn, and you notice this human stands up, and over the left eye is just this gnarly scar. The eye is milked over. It is useless. Evening. Getcha.
A bottle of whatever liquor you have.
Alright. Just one?
For now.
Alright. You just reach under the counter and produces this like emerald amber colored blown glass jar of questionable liquid.
Perfect.
It's got a barely functioning cork on the top of it. Like you can see part of the cork's broken off from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Where someone probably tried to get it off, but they were too drunk to do it, so they just left it.
Perfect.
Right. Silver.
Okay. I will give 2 silver.
Thank you.
Welcome. Fixed your sign.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thought I heard You break a box.
Nope. I'm gonna grab the bottle and start walking out.
Roll a deception check.
14.
Okay. You're not sure if he believes you or just doesn't care.
Amazing.
Well, as Zahn leaves, Doc will lean into the barman and ask, I wish to make an inquiry. And he'll slide 2 gold over.
Kind of let one good eye squints down at you and says he remember you. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
You can see there's some recollection in that eye, but not a lot.
Yeah.
You see he just takes his hand, his beefy fucking hand, just puts it over the gold and slides it back.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
Someone who's good at removing problems once they need to be cleaned.
Oof. Problems.
The kind that you don't want the guards to find.
Yeah, there might be a way. Maybe someone's good at cleaning up things.
I just need a way of contacting them.
Depends upon how big of a problem you got to get rid of. Talking
Think of
every...
it as a professional inquiry, more or less.
There's always kind of clears his throat a bit and leans in.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the Vias family. They're known to be pretty good cleaners.
Not on the best terms with them.
Oh. Maybe you'll like their competitor.
Maybe I will.
You want to try and find the Turter family. Turter. Terter.
Any advice on how to find them?
Yeah. And he kind of nods his head out the door and kind of in a direction like north eastward.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really come around this region, seeing as the Vice family runs most of the underground here. Cloudside Valley, they've got a good hold there. Careful who you drop that name to, though. They're very keen about keeping their above ground image. Make sure you know who you're talking to before you ask for something.
Some way I can identify them?
They got a family trait, blood trait. Only a few of them have. You're gonna look for red eyes.
Should be easy to spot.
It's not too hard.
All right, thank you for the information, and I'll drop an additional gold. So there's 3 gold total of getting him.
Thank you. You want a drink?
To go. I'll just drop a silver. Same, whatever she
Boiled
has.
beef. All right. He reaches under the bar and grabs a completely different fucking bottle. Does not look any worse than what he gave her, and just sets it on the bar top. There you go.
Doc takes it, hands the silver over. And then make my way out.
All right. 2 of you head back to the apothecary, I imagine.
Yep. This isn't something for me to pursue later.
Okay. All of you enjoy a long rest. Eva, if I can get a roll.
Yes, sir. Let me get my long rest real quick. Boop.
I will make note that I gave the second bottle to Zon.
Okay. Zon, a good few minutes after you leave, Doctor comes out with a second bottle.
Yes. One for the road, one for home.
I figured you would have kind of have more than one bottle.
I mean, depending on how strong it is, we'll see.
Doc looked at her bottle and looked at his. Well, but you're not how strong yours is. This might be stronger for all I know.
Very true. We'll have to do a taste test.
It did not come through beyond 20 for some reason, but that was a 6.
Okay.
Always red.
It truly is.
Listen, it's called trauma bonding. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Trauma bonding.
Red.
Yep.
As you find yourself sleeping, your body slips into that familiar comfort before you awaken in a darkened room, you think? You're not sure where you are. You know it's dark, but there's that weird, like, dream light where you can see about 5-10 feet around you.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice you're standing in something.
She's gonna look to see what she's standing in.
You look down. Do you bend down to inspect it, or do you just look?
Oh, she's just gonna look, and then if she can't figure it out, then she will bend down to inspect it.
Okay. You look down, and you kind of shift your feet a little bit, and you move what looks to be some kind of like fine powder. You bend down and pick up a little bit between your fingertips, and it's, you're not sure if it's like finely powdered charcoal or graphite, ash.
Oh, she would know what ash looks like.
Oh yeah, that comes to your mind last
Oh, jeez.
as you begin to kind of rub this ash between your fingertips. It ignites.
Is there anything else around her?
As it ignites, you look around and realize you're in you're in a room. It's probably about 15 feet across. The ceiling is probably about 30 feet high, and then you're on ground. And the entire ground in this tiny space is just that ash.
Okay, so nothing really aside from a room.
Nothing aside from a room.
Is it made out of wood?
Make an investigation check for me
Okay.
with advantage.
Oh,
And
okay.
you'll know why if you hit the number.
I forgot how to do advantage on this. Hold on. I know there's a way. Oh, here we go. Got it. Oh, she nat 20.
Nice. You go up to what is presumably a wall, and you realize this room is semicircular. And you knock against it, and you feel it, and then you immediately recognize this material. If not, as you move your hand across it, the ash wipes away, and it is a pristine white marble material that is extremely familiar to you, of an object you carry with you
Oh, jeez.
everywhere you go.
Okay. How does she look at the moment? Like she's going to inspect herself.
You appear to be you.
Normal. Okay.
As you
All
look
right.
over your fingertips and your hands, you
Yeah.
watch as where you've grabbed the ash, that part of you has begun to pale and gray and turn to stone and then just crumble away.
Oh, so parts of her body are crumbling. She's lighting herself on fire.
Okay. You call for your flame. It does not come.
No. Can she
Eva.
bust her way out of here with fists?
Yeah, that's nice. Eva.
Oh no! No!
That's just rude.
Eva, as you find yourself of hunger this night, you have wandered into a familiar space, but not a familiar time. Usually, when you're here, this entire room is covered in blood and burns. An entire building immolated in seconds. But now it is pristine, perfect. A familiar homestead, perhaps? Somewhere of sentimental value to Red. The last time you were here, there was 5 robed individuals surrounding an elderly man. But now there is just a younger man standing at an altar, hands upon it, around a marble urn in prayer. What do you do?
Given that I have seen this place before in its destroyed state, is it easy to tell if this is before or after that period of time?
Make a perception check for me.
That's a 12.
Looking around, it's a little difficult to tell, but aspects of the individual at the altar seem familiar.
Hmm.
Hair, not as gray, but similar. From what you can see as you circle around, as he seems to take no notice to you, you can see his face. Does seem familiar. Could be a younger version, or it could be a son. You're unsure.
It seems he doesn't notice my presence at the moment.
Not at all. His hands are upon the altar, and his forehead is almost touching the marble urn as his lips are very faintly moving and speaking. Make me one more perception check, please. And that's only if you want to try and tune into what he's saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Much better. 24.
24.
Oh, jeez.
That is a fantastic roll. As you hone in and listen, you begin to hear what he is praying. O blessed Phoenix, we ask you this day for mercy and forgiveness. Forgive the sins of my forefathers and the sins of man. Forgive what they tried to do. Forgive what they did do. Forgive and forget the bond made, the pact broken, and the memories lost. As you rise, may you help humanity rise.
Eva's just
Then,
gonna
with such a high
observe.
perception roll, you do notice a little crack begins to form on the side of the urn. And then you hear the tiniest of thuds. Just
Oh god. Just observing.
okay. A moment passes, and that little crack becomes enough, and you watch as this sliver of flame escapes it and just writhes around the room frantically. Just, it's the strangest thing. It's like trying to watch another creature run from fire. Like, it is just going everywhere. And then after a moment, it seems to, it just lands smack dab in the middle of the room, and it immediately takes shape. A humanoid shape. A female humanoid shape. The flame solidifies into flesh and clothing. And you can see Red standing there.
Does the male react at all to this?
He is just gone. As if something within the dream shifted dramatically enough to where you're beginning to see the memories are trying to creep into this space. You can see at the very corners of the walls, flames are coming in.
Well, that was quite an entrance, dear.
I am not sure she registers your presence right now because she is freaked out.
You're fine, by the
Fair
way.
enough.
Your hand is fine. Your body seems fine.
She definitely is looking very freaked out right now, like she's almost panicking.
Okay.
She does eventually look up and sees Eva. Would she register? She would register this as a dream, right? Like seeing Eva and then seeing this place,
Yeah.
both in the
It may
same.
take an
Yeah.
extra second or two, but I would say within just those few moments.
Okay. That was only a dream. We're dreaming, right? Okay.
You safe
All right.
now.
For the moment, I couldn't use my fire. Ugh. That was the most awful feeling.
Do you feel it now?
She will try to set herself on fire.
You set yourself on fire.
Okay, no. I'm good now. There was ash in there that started to turn me to stone. It was like pieces of myself were falling away. I don't. It certainly seems to fit the theme, I suppose.
I wasn't going to say anything, but that is kind of how phoenixes work, dear.
All right, well.
I'll pay for the therapy bill?
No, you're all right. I need to reclaim more of my memories and maybe Maybe getting pulled into the dream world with you will help.
It might. I also don't want to torture you with this.
I need to know, though. How long were you here? What did you see?
The building is, or was, intact.
It is slowly beginning to become more and more that familiar scene.
Yeah. Was intact.
Right.
There was a young man here. Perhaps either the old man's younger self or his son, maybe. I really don't know. For sure, it's hard to tell. And he was praying to the urn that you just came out of.
I want to note, as you say that, you probably look at the urn when you describe it, right?
Try to, yeah.
It's pristine once again. There's no cracks, no holes, nothing.
Oh, dear.
He mentioned it was sort of a prayer asking for forgiveness of a broken bond or a pact that his ancestors had foregone.
Right.
And he asked for forgiveness for humanity.
Red,
Oh, yes?
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, please give me a good dang roll this time. Ugh. Oh, she not 20'd it.
Okay, natural 20. As she says that, Eva, you watch as Red just goes blank. Red has left the building.
Red? Kind of
Red.
like that thing of like, Red, hello?
Yep. Red, you are yanked from your body.
Oh.
And you are violently thrown through. You have no idea. Hundreds, thousands of different little memories and times just littered throughout this landscape as you are flung across it. And eventually it stops. You're in a darkened room. Probably 10 feet by 10 feet. Completely made of stone. There is a light source, a single torch at the back of the room. But that's not what catches your eye.
Oh.
What catches your eye is the incredibly intricate detail that has been carved into every single surface of this room, to include the door, which you now realize there is no door. You don't know how to get in or out of this perfect cube. Everywhere that these various symbols and shapes have been carved, have been poured and filled with gold. And you see in the middle of it an unfamiliar robed man with a very familiar marble urn, dumping them into the middle of the circle. His hands dig into it, and he spreads it around, dirtying the gold. Then you realize the gold isn't settled or set. It is still liquid. As the ashes make contact with the gold, they are pulled into it, and much like blood is carried through the veins, this is carried through the veins of gold. And you can see the sparkles of black all over this cubed room as this individual. You speak Elvish, correct?
Yeah.
You don't recognize this form of Elvish, but you do recognize it as Elvish. Old. Very old.
Okay, so what's happening with the ash and the liquid gold? Is it just swirling around the room, or
It is, well, the liquid gold is still within the confines of where it's been poured,
right?
but it is moving these flakes of ash throughout all of it. And you watch as he continues to spread it with his hands around and around until all of it has been pulled into these veins of gold. And then you hear it. And your hand instinctually goes to your chest. And whatever beating noise is in this room matches your heart. And then you're ripped back to your body. But the natural 20, you remember all of it.
Oh yes.
And you suffer no damage.
Oh good.
Oh yeah, that would have been bad.
Oh no.
Core memory unlocked.
Oh, okay. All right, more memories. Yes. What was the last thing you said, dear?
Are you all right? You've been repeatedly trying to get Red's attention.
It's been a solid 30 seconds for you, Eva.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez. I don't know. I think I am.
Oh, good, you're back.
I
Oh, that could have been. I thought I might need an intervention or something.
no, dear. I believe I remembered something from centuries ago.
You don't look a day over 20.
Thank you, dear. What was the last thing you said before whatever? I blanked out, I suppose.
The man that was here that I saw, he was praying to the urn.
Right.
And the prayer was about his ancestors that had broken a pact with what sounds like a phoenix deity and asked for forgiveness for humanity.
Well, I think that may have triggered me to remember something. I went to a room, a stone room, with intricate carvings and molten metal or molten gold was flowing through the carvings, and I saw my urn. There was a robed man holding it. I didn't know him, but he dipped his fingers into my ash and spread it through the room, through the gold, and it swirled like something alive. And then I heard a thumping, and well, it was in time with my heartbeat, if that's believable.
It's not the weirdest thing we've seen.
True. I think maybe that has something to do with what you said. They have to be related. I have to have been triggered to have this memory somehow. And if you said something about pact being broken, and my urn was in both places.
Now, I know shit about phoenixes. We've established that. Do I know anything about gold in relation to Arcana?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, that went on a journey. 19.
19?
19.
Okay. You're not really a learned book practice magic user.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of yours is through the presence that you bring. You will your magic to your personality to get a desired effect. But you do know that if something's involving intricate markings and gold, especially that much gold that didn't harden once cooled, it was still liquid, that's something hefty.
This might be a bit much, not being a scholared individual, but would I know if that's something of uh like, obviously it's a high level magic. Is this something that you would find from like the best of the best is the best way I can think of words right now? Like, this is high tier, top of the
requires certain learning, certain talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. So this is not something just
This is not
anybody
yeah,
can
no,
find.
This
is not.
Yes, you feel
Okay.
confident that whoever did this was very good and
very powerful.
talented and extremely powerful.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe he was breaking the pact by doing that, or maybe that was supposed to be a thing that he did, and then he broke the pact and didn't do it. I don't know.
Doesn't sound like there's a lot of information to go on right now. It could be
Right.
your creation for all you know. But that is not something you will ever naturally come across. That is learned magic. That is studied magic. That is powerful magic. Basically equal to the highest levels of creation, transmutation, like bending the world levels of magic.
Well, explains why there's only one. Maybe. I don't know. What I do know is I need to know more. And even if it takes my dreams being fed on, that's fine.
I mean, if you're willing, we can skip the whole choosing who to feed off part. It's not great, but
Would it have any long-term lasting effects?
I don't know. You see, usually people who are fed off of don't live to tell the tale. And if they do, they're, thralls and fellow vampires and...
Right, but that's like... Is that the dream kind too?
I'm pretty sure I'm a one-off at this point.
Right.
So, uncharted territory for both of us.
Right. If it starts getting weird, I'll let you know, but
I can at least decide if I want to turn you or not, as far as I know. So I can just say, give me the food without turning you into a nightmare.
I'm
But
not even sure you
Constitution saving
can.
throw.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
right?
I'm kidding. Just fucking with you.
There might be. I don't know for sure. As you can tell, I've been trying to not feed off of people for the last 20 years. No, I'm just kidding. It's been 10.
Well,
But if this is something that you would like to pursue, we can try.
I'd like to if you feel comfortable. And at the first moment that you don't feel comfortable with it, let me know. We're both kind of one-off creatures, I suppose.
As
I'd
long
have
as you understand that the risks are the Lord's only know.
Right.
The side effects could be anything. The outcome could be anything. But I'm willing to try. As long as you're willing to understand that there's a lot of this that is outside our control.
Right. I need to know. And I would be willing to do much to find out.
Well, then I would say feel free to come to me whenever you want to know more.
Right. Okay.
After all, we seem to be getting quite intimate with each other.
She cracks this wry grin and bites her tongue. Right, well. I would like to try it, yes. Okay. Do you need anything else tonight, or are you good, or... I don't really know how it works for you.
Typically, Eva, you know that in order to satisfy the hunger, you need to consume either the entirety or a portion of that memory that is linked to the dream.
Mm-hmm. I know that you want to keep your memories and recover your memories.
Right.
So I would say don't worry about me, because there are plenty of other fish in my sea that I can feed off of. This is important.
Right.
And I can find sustenance if I need it.
Thank you.
I'm honestly surprised I'm not in a dream full of rainbows and butterflies.
You say that as one of the 2x4s that supports the main building just falls down covered in flames.
Mm-hmm. My other option is the child, so.
Right.
No, ponies, rainbows, and butterflies are pretty common.
Well, you'll be getting a lot more fire if you go into mine.
Doesn't bother me any.
Good. Should I maybe bring this up to the doctor the next time we see him? See if maybe he knows any more about any of this? Magic seems to be... Well, learned magic seems to be his wheelhouse.
That's entirely up to you. It's your memory.
True.
Doesn't bother me if you do or if you don't.
Right.
We
Okay.
should probably get out of this burning building now.
Right. You are not immune to fire. Let's go.
No.
Okay, you guys
And I
head to the
will-
door.
Yeah.
And are you going to try and will yourself to just somebody else's dream?
Or wake up, whichever one.
Well, you still need to eat still.
Yeah, we'll find someone else then.
Okay. As you
I don't know how big my find dream is, but
as you open the door, you find yourself in the middle of the docks. There's only one person there besides the two of you. It's this kind of like just dirty, dingy looking individual who seems to be like working on one of these smaller cloud ships. Just dreaming about working. Rob the
kind of
Roman,
dream.
sure.
Well, this is a rather sad dream, isn't it? Who dreams of working?
maybe he wants to own the business someday. You never know.
True enough.
And
Well,
I will take a portion of it,
Okay.
at least to satiate it for now.
You look around and you see some of like the finer edge details of the dream, like that boat doesn't need to be there. And Red, you watch as Eva just kind of points, and the entire dome of visibility here, which is probably about 60 or so feet, shrinks down to about 40 or so feet, as if just that part of the memory and that recalling exactly what the docks look like has become too fuzzy to remember. Like it's almost like when like you take the settings from ultra high to just high. It's like that.
You lose the resolution and the
yeah,
yeah,
some
the
resolution's been
definition.
lost, and you're like, okay, that's creepy.
The boat's still there, but you don't see the warehouse anymore.
Essentially, yeah. But
To Eve,
afterwards,
to Eva, this is normal. So
yep.
yeah.
Everybody else enjoys a lovely long night's rest. You all wake up the next morning. Doctor and Eva earlier than the other two.
Yep.
But that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's break time already.
All right.
I need to be a good person and find my phone and get a... Oh gosh, I have like a million text messages. I'm going to start a timer. We'll do a 15-minute break, everybody. So thank you so much for being here for the first half. We're going to go get some snacks because that's what we do here. Is I'm a huge advocate for snacks. Let no one at your D&D table tell you can't have snacks. Get a better D&D table.
Oh,
Right.
But back about 15 minutes, y'all. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good snack break. I know I did.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to get right back into it. Here breaks up. Fantastic long rest. Some of you, maybe not so fantastic. Some of you, fantastic. You drank, you ate, you were happy. The next morning comes.
100%.
Who's going where when? I know the first two to wake up, they said they wanted to be Eva and Doctor. Where to you going?
Well, I said I'd meet Eva at the Academy gate. So
Yep.
Doc's heading down to trains. Give a morning hello to Brian. Doc actually probably would be nice to Brian this time. And I'm gonna bring a beaker of coffee to him.
No.
Oh, okay then.
how good is the coffee though?
Yeah, that's a good question. How good is my coffee?
I mean, you've made some pretty good rolls so far. I'm going to give you the pass and just say you've learned how to make coffee. Red
Your
still has
name
to
is
roll a
not
few
Red.
more times.
Right.
Every time Red fails, I just stack on more of it.
Right.
I left the coffee
Makes
at
horrible
home.
coffee.
It's still in the pot. The burner is set to low, so it doesn't blow out the pot. But that way, when Zon wakes up, there's a fresh pot of coffee for her.
Okay.
of which she will not drink because it's in contaminated beakers.
Well, it's not in a beaker yet. He didn't brew it in a beaker. He pours it into beakers to serve.
True. Thank you.
Okay, then. So you leave that for her.
Mhm.
And then you're going to meet Eva where?
And I said the Academy Gate entrance.
Yep.
That's right. So you meet her there.
I'm going to talk with the professor.
Okay. You head inside, following the instructions given to you to get to the because you weren't told where this professor's at.
No,
So you just go
she's
to the
had a
main
couple
office.
classes.
Yeah. You go to the main office. What you see sitting behind a desk is a brunette halfling woman with these like too large for her face glasses. But otherwise, just a very well put together, like just office attire of the period. You know, simple but professional tunic, long sleeved. She's sitting behind the desk. And she eventually looks up, sees the two of you, and good morning. Can I help you?
Good morning. I believe Professor Zine spoke with you yesterday about a group of individuals wanted to ask you some questions and consult you.
No, I didn't talk to him yesterday.
I assumed he kind of sent he was sending it to you and asking you directly, but I guess he asked someone else in the office.
No. But you did speak with him. What did you need?
Well, the quarry is having some issues with some rock elementals.
I'm sorry, did you
More-
say the quarry?
Yes, ma'am.
We had heard there was some things going on in there, but what was the cause?
Rock elemental creatures.
Damn, go metal dice. Let's go. Do you mean earth elementals?
Yes. They didn't quite look like the earth elementals I've read about.
You can see she
but-
immediately starts writing things down.
Start understanding the mindset. Continues talking. They didn't look like earth elementals I read about, but I'm also not expertised in conjuration or elementals. And I figured someone skilled with conjuration would have some experience with elementals.
And so see, she kind of looks you over up and down. What is your learned school?
More of a family taught, if you can call it that.
Oh, you've never been to an actual academy?
No, I have not.
Huh.
Grew up on an island.
Never too
quite
late.
Far out.
She's kind
I
of
am-
like
I am
sneaks that in
considering.
there. Like, it's
I-
never too late.
I am considering. I've made some inquiries already. But
Well, in that case, he probably would have referred you to Professor Lavina.
yes, I thought it was who we were going to go see.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't. Don't believe she has a morning class. Probably would make sense. Anyways, yes, she's in the end. She kind of gets up. You see, she's probably going to escort you.
Mhm.
And she gets up. She puts a little thing on her desk. Says, "Be right back." And she hops off her chair because she's a halfling. And she walks in front of the two of you while escorting you to the westward tower.
Doc Spies is observing the environment.
As you look around, it is, for the first like 10 minutes being in the hallways, it is fucking chaos. It is just students running to get where they need to be. And then it quickly dies down. And then, actually, no, we're going to see if this happens. Let me just roll D6 real quick. Yeah, that's nice. As she's like, kind of like just talking simply, just making casual conversation, you hear, no, shit. And you see this younger individual just go flying past you, and he grabs a door and shakes it. No, come on, come on. And he like looks, you can see him looking through the glass just with just defeat. As the individual you're with, oh yeah, as she's walking. Oh yes, my name's Trixie Bell, or Trixie for short. And you too?
Oh, the doctor.
Interesting title. No name, just doctor.
That's what I go by right now.
Very well. And you
Medical
don't.
professional.
Eva.
Very nice to meet you, Miss Eva.
Likewise. Is he alright?
Oh, he's fine. He's just late.
Right.
And you can see he's just like, can't afford to be late again. Why did my alarms go off? I set the spell. I know I did it right. I used a thread and everything.
Doc would, hearing this, that spell's for letting you know when others approach, not for.
You can see he looks over and just, oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He's just, his eyes just drift off.
Doc lets out a chuckle.
Trixie Bell continues to lead you through the hallway, and eventually you do come across like portraits of unnamed individuals. You guess they're probably belong to the school's history at some point. But she does get to where the building connects to one of the towers. And here we go. And she kind of knocks on the door. She doesn't say anything, she just waits a minute. It takes her a second to realize someone's here. She's usually pretty engrossed in her work.
I understand.
Professor Lavina, are you in? On the knock, and then the door just fucking flies right the fuck open. Just wham! Like harsh. And Trixie, like, unfazed. Just, I have two individuals here I'd like to talk to you about conjuration elementals. And then you hear it. The footsteps come first. Rapid, fast, but light. And before you know, in a blur of speed, there is this towering woman with this just lion's mane of large, wavy, semi-curly, stark gray hair. But a surprisingly young face. Humanoid appearing. But she's about 6'5". Very lithe. And she just towers over the two of you. This huge, huge smile. Just, really? The elements? Come in.
Doc just looks to Eva. With a, well, guys, you can't see his expression actually. Never mind. He just looks
Yes,
at
his
Eva.
No,
expression-
you have a mask on.
This
I
just look
tend
is
to
this
forget.
fucking stark stone.
Just so used to it being there, if you forget it's there.
And she steps out of the way and gestures you in.
Doc will go in.
I'll leave you to it. When you're done here, if you would, just either come straight back to me before you leave to check out.
We were going to stop by the library after our talk. Is that okay?
Oh. Okay. Well, then just...
I understand it's still public hours, correct?
Yes, it is. Well, not yet. You're almost there.
Okay. By the time we finish this conversation, I imagine it shall be.
Very well, then. Do you know where it is?
Yes. Professor Zwine gave us the directions.
Very well. And she leaves.
Yes, Doc could either go in, and the door is probably shut behind us.
Yeah, it slams behind you. So, what questions do you have for me? Who are you?
I'm the doctor.
The doctor. First name the, last name Doctor?
That is all the words that you need to say my name. Correct.
Interesting. Interesting parents. And you? She turns to you, Eva, and just has this horribly piercing gaze.
I just stare right back. I'm used to this.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
Mine?
Yes.
Cat,
Never mind.
please.
I don't need it. Never mind. No, rolled too low.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. As Twilight is trying to get out of your backpack.
Fair enough.
Oh my, interesting creature. Do you have there?
Oh, cat. Yes, he's a bit of a handful if you couldn't tell.
Oh, of course, of course.
Sorry for the fur.
No, it's quite all right. What is your name?
My apologies, Eva.
Eva and the. What can I do for the two of you?
This is becoming a theme, isn't it?
Doc just rolls with it at this point.
This is your party, Doc. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we recently take a job up at the quarry as a emergency response to all the collapses they've been having lately. I'm sure you may have heard of
That
that.
would make sense for your name. You're a medical doctor.
Yes, medical professional.
That makes so much sense now.
You say the name's destined the career.
True. Well, did you save any lives?
Of course. We've only had one death since we've been there, but saved multiples. However, we did discover what is causing the collapses were earth elementals, as you say. They, as I said before, they don't seem like elementals I've read about before.
Interesting. Go on.
Well,
You seem at the moment to be able to hold her attention at the least.
That's amazing, actually. With this guy eccentricity. Well, our companion was able to speak with them, and they said that the rock is theirs, and that we're approaching their territory, basically. I have a suspicion there might be a portal to the Earth plane somewhere within the mountains that these things are coming from, and it would have to be recently created or appearing because it's very recent.
Okay.
Otherwise, these Earth elementals have been here for quite a few centuries.
Okay. Eva, I need you to make a charisma check. Doctor, I need you to make an intelligence check.
Cool.
That's fucking. Wait.
19 plus 6. That's what you got.
Where did the. Oh. Subtract 1 from that. It's
That is,
24.
24?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
17 for the doctor.
I'm going to double check that real quick, but I think that's wrong.
For the moment, you do feel like the words you're speaking, and just through the presence of Eva and her pet, you are able to continue to hold her attention as her hand flicks back, and she just kind of moves it back, and you watch as a book just pulls itself from the immense bookshelf behind her.
Mhm.
And the book just floats gently over to her, and she snatches it out of the air. Grabs it, starts looking through it. Go on.
Well, as I said, I believe there might be a portal somewhere in the mountains these things are converging from. They are able to mold through the stone and move through it with relatively ease.
As is
but
common
that-
traits for that kind of a creature.
Yes, and they're very adamant about attacking the support beams of the mines.
Well, they're not
Collapse them.
dumb.
and they're not afraid to attack individuals either. We've had a fight off a couple ourselves.
I stand corrected. That 25 was correct.
Hmm.
With most books, their intelligence is below average of a normal human, but say certainly knowledgeable enough that if it wants to collapse a tunnel, it could figure that out. And she just kind of is still thumbing through the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is why I said they didn't seem like the regular earth elementals I've read about. So, curious if you had any more information, insight, or
How did they manifest? Were they well defined? Think of how a gladiator would have defined muscles and shape to their body. The more defined a shape, the more usually more sentience and magic flows through it. Were they roughly cut, or were they kind of hodgepodge together?
Good question, Dean. Did you describe that to me at all? When
I did
faced these
not. But I will say that just through the combat, you did get pretty close to them.
Yeah, I had one pretty pissed at me.
Yeah, you
hit me
did.
in the head.
You would be able to know that they were not extremely well defined. It was literally like just someone just took some rocks and threw them together. They didn't hold a lot of like structure, like muscularly or skeletally. They had a basic humanoid shape: 2 arms, 2 legs, kind of had a head on shoulders. Mostly it was just shoulders with like a lump.
I posted a picture in the chat for you.
Yep,
the
that's it.
Skytorn channel.
Perfect. That's pretty point.
So, okay, one more. I have one question for you, DM.
Sure.
Would there be a way I can figure out how hot Red's flames had to be to melt the rock? Because maybe the type of ore could be helpful in this, and like knowing melting points is part of the alchemy kind of stuff.
That I'm not going to let you have a roll for that, and I'll just tell you that it would be impossible for you to figure out because #magic.
Fair enough. I was just saying, like, is there may have like a specific rock or ore, because different types of rock have different types of melting points.
Right.
So.
No, just it's hard to tell because it was magic.
Yeah. That's kind of relevant then. Doc only saw the one. Eva, I believe, saw different.
3.
Yeah, you
You saw
3
different ones of 3 different shapes and varying sizes.
I don't know if you guys told Doc about the different sizes or not. So.
Well, no, technically I saw 2 because one of them Zahn had already beaten to death when I got there.
True.
So, 2 of them of varying size and shape.
So the 2 you saw, one of them was pretty, for lack of a better term, bare bones, like barely a wire frame of rock.
Mm-hmm. So it would be one was more rough and the other was more, I don't want to say defined, but
it was wiry.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. And as you're saying all these things, she's still thumbing through that book. Well, there's a couple of options you could have. It's entirely possible, like you said, Doctor. Did you talk about how you think there's probably a tear?
Yes, I did mention this.
That is entirely possible. This entire realm is littered with those kinds of tears. There's quite a few known to the elemental plane of air and water. That's how we have some of the creatures we have in the Cloud Ocean. That's how the Cloud Ocean was developed. Afraid I can't be of much use. I can't talk to these creatures. I don't know their language, but I can tell you that
They didn't seem keen to negotiate anyways. Our friend was able to speak with one of them.
well, if you could find the source of the tear, I could probably help close it. But that's the best I can offer you.
No ideas of how to locate it or what to look
Well,
out
I
for?
could probably come up with a device to find something like that.
Would it leave any kind of like magic essence that may be traced back to it?
Well, something like that, yes, for certain. If you could, can you, she kind of looks you up and down, see if she can ascertain your level of training. Oh, God. Hell no. Fucking one. Looks you up and down.
Yeah,
Oh, you are a medical doctor. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to help. And she immediately turns to Eva. Are you gifted in the arcane?
Doc just laughs.
I have some experience with it.
Are
I
you
would
able
say.
to detect magics?
Doc says, I can do that.
Oh, you're a learned individual on the arcane?
He casts prestidigitation. Just, makes him above the smoke or whatever.
Oh,
Comes very handy when treating others, as well as defending myself.
true. You can detect magic.
Yes, I can also identify magics.
Ooh, that's fantastic, V. I would say, it would be definitely difficult to spot given the limitations of detect magic, but if you could, there'd definitely be signs that you're getting closer. There would be, usually when this kind of a tear happens, especially with, she's smart to figure this shit out. It just kind of takes a moment. She's like, you can see she's calculating things in her head. Usually when there's a tear, it intensifies that element. So if you find a place that is a lot of sturdier rock, much harder to mine, I'd say it's a good source. You're on the right path. But given they can move through rock, you could spend years digging and never find it.
Well, I'll see. The miners have already encountered something of the nature. Otherwise, I have one more question.
Go ahead.
I'm still not sure if this is a natural tear or if someone made it.
Oof.
Would
I
there
would
be a way
hope
for me
not.
I'd hope not as well, but it does
Someone
seem
putting
very
something
odd.
like that in the mines would desecrate the law of the deep.
Mm-hmm. Well, would be the first time this year someone's done so.
What do you mean?
Do you know the Ilrum?
She kind of shakes her head. No.
Farming family, basically.
Oh,
made
is that
Skytorn.
that bigger fellow?
Yes.
He has used 2 ropes on him. You see, she's
So,
like kind of
yes.
like she does the motion.
Yeah. Yes. He was found to break the laws of the deep by digging tunnels
Oh,
and letting sky sharks inland to Sandwich Field.
definitely makes sense about why it was so rapidly done.
Yes. We
Well then.
and our friend had to deal with the problem. In fact, we were ones who outed him, you could say.
Oh, very kind of you 3.
Yeah, we seem to
You
be
too.
finding plenty of trouble lately, though.
Well then, I'm sure Wingata is happy to have citizens like you aboard it.
Well, I'm only recently here. I've been here maybe 3 weeks total.
Well, you're fast becoming necessary, aren't you?
Well, as a doctor,
She kind of
I
like
should
leans
be
in and smiles a little too creepily.
Doc leans in with the big, the head kind of slightly cocked over with the little bird head. As a doctor, I should be indispensable. I should not.
True.
Well, we don't want to take up too much of your morning, but if you have any other ideas, send a message to Avis at the quarry. He will give it to us.
Well, I will get to working on a way to close such a thing, as at least that seems to be solid.
Yes. But if any other ideas,
Do you, and she points to Doctor and Eva with this long finger, you two enjoy finding the source. You find the source? Let me know. I'll close it down.
After you examine it, of course, I assume.
Depends. If it's natural, no need. If someone opened it, that would be a very interesting day indeed.
I assume we'll only be able to find that out once you arrive.
Well, if nothing else, she motions to the door and it just fucking slams open. Wow. Like, there's no in between for this lady. There's either full on or chill.
Doc gives like a slight bow and says, "We'll be off." And heads out the door.
You leave. You Eva, you barely get your heel past the framing.
All right then.
Well, Professor Zion was right. She is rather eccentric. Well, I guess we should head to the library now.
As you make your way to the library, there is a librarian's desk off to the side. You can check in if you should so choose. But what you do notice is you do see a very familiar young individual there.
The transportation kid? Or the other one?
The alarm spell kid.
Yep.
And you see he's just got a couple of books open, just reading through them.
Can I get a glance at what he's reading?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Sure. 14.
14. You can see he's looking at spells that go off after a timer, like ways to make like a timer spell to wake up in the morning. Like, it's very mundane stuff to you.
Mm-hmm.
Something you would probably figure is probably some kind of a homemade spell for such an instance of when I have to get up and I sleep in too much.
Player has an idea of what he can do, but I don't think Doc would know it. Could know the spell, so can always set a word down and have a condition be at 8 a.m. or a certain time of day. It goes off with a sound.
A little out of his scope.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's out of Doc's as well, so it's not his school. Doc just looked at Eva. Well, I imagine we don't have to do too much research into elementals, given what the professor gave us. I don't think you can glean much from it, but I do have some things I'd like to research here as well.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Should Red and Zon be joining us here sometime in the morning?
I'm sure
Speaking
they'll be
of.
along shortly.
Red,
Hi.
as you come into consciousness, there's very heavy, horrible blink dog breath inches from your nose. Passed out, stretched out, starfished on top of you.
You are nice and warm. To be fair.
Okay, fair. She is definitely getting out from under this dog. Hi.
He licks your face.
She waits until she gets out from under it and then sets herself on fire to get rid of it.
Oh my god.
It's at your feet now.
Oh, God. Right. I assume you've already been fed and given water and all that. I'm gonna leave by.
You leave?
Yes.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh no.
Not one.
Oh, it was close. It's a 6.
A 6?
A 6.
It bolts out the front door. You try to leave. You're not fast enough. You're not fast enough to close the door behind it. Boom! It takes off.
You gotta go chase the puppy. A blink puppy. Have fun.
You run after
Do
it?
I see one of its like favorite toys or whatever around?
You are gonna spend this round. We're in rounds now. This is gonna be
Oh
fun.
God.
You can spend this round looking for a toy, or you can chase the dog, or any. You can do whatever you want. Well, you know, dog's running.
Oh God. She's looking for a toy.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Great. Cool.
Oh no.
6. You
Uh-huh.
don't find anything for having a toddler. There's no toys strewn about.
Oh my God.
And the dog is 30 more feet away from you.
Ugh, fine. She will dash after it.
Okay. You dash after it. You're going to use your action to dash.
Yeah.
So then you could catch up.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now we go to rolls.
Okay.
Make a dexterity check. This is pure speed.
Gosh. I'm changing my dice.
You really should. You got 3 6s up on the board right now.
Uh-huh.
You roll a 6 again?
Uh-huh.
All right. Dog slips out your grasp.
And
Let's
does it
hear it
run
now.
again?
This is best of 3. Best
Oh,
of 3
jeez.
checks.
Hold on, let me change my dice. Okay. Cool. Now we're going with those. Okay. Dexterity check. Got it.
All right. Roll another one.
Oh no, it's a 5. It was worse.
Natural 20.
Okay.
The dog vanishes from sight.
Lovely.
It blinks. Poof, it's gone.
And I have no idea where it is.
No idea.
Uh,
What do you do?
she's gonna try and say something about I have treats. Come back.
Okay. Do you use the dog's name?
Yes, player does not remember it. I'm
Were
not sure
you-
Red would remember
Were
it.
you told the dog's name?
I don't know.
Wasn't she there when Drakex did the whole?
Think you were there.
Jellyfish act?
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay.
Red does know the name of the dog is Oscar.
Okay, yep, that one.
You
Mhm.
know it's Oscar. Make an animal handling check.
Oh, hey, hold on. I'm putting the help dice on that.
Okay.
That'd be 21.
All right. That's success. You say it.
Excellent.
You hear. It's at your feet. Looking expectantly.
Okay, follow me. I've got treats back here in the house behind a closed door.
It follows you. You eventually lead it back to the homestead, but it does delay you by about 20 or 30 minutes. So, Zahn, how's your morning looking?
Well, well.
Better than
glad you
ribs.
asked, DM. Let me tell you.
I've been planning this for an hour. No. She probably wakes up, does have
Probably
the
wakes up,
coffee,
roll
but
d20. I'm kidding.
I mean, how long does she sleep in?
How much did
Probably
you
a
drink both
while.
bottles?
Did you drink both bottles?
She did not drink both bottles. She drank
Okay.
a bottle.
Okay.
But she does probably wake up later than she wants to, so she chugs the now probably cold coffee.
I left it on a burner on low, so
Still warm. It's not like
Mostly
hot,
evaporated
but it
coffee?
is warm.
Yes. Okay, so she'll chug that down. Get a little bit of a caffeine high.
Surprisingly
Going.
tasty.
She will be considerate and wash the pot because she didn't pour it into any glass. She just drank it right out of the carafe.
Of course she did.
Yes.
Make a con check.
Oh no. Hi.
Because it's hot. It's been on the
Natural
glass
20.
beaker burner that's been on a burner.
Natural 20.
You take 1 point of fire damage.
Oh no. She is dead. But
You're not a wizard.
after you never know, maybe she multi-classed. She's probably going to think about it, then realize she doesn't know the city and she has nobody to guide her back to where she was. It's a miracle that she made it to Wingata before she died. So, she's going to try and look for the school and maybe also try to look for the gladiator ring.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Investigation. That is an 8.
Takes you some time. What's more important to you? Pick one.
Oh, god damn it. I'm letting the dice.
You can pick or I can
do this
roll.
for me.
What's it going to be?
Can I roll?
You can roll, sure.
Yeah, I want to use my real in-person dice for this.
Sure.
So highs is going to be gladiator ring.
Okay.
That's a 12. She's going to the gladiator ring. Sorry, guys.
Okay. You do find the gladiator ring.
somehow Doc wouldn't be surprised if you didn't.
It
show up
is
to the
simply
library.
known
Yeah.
as the Ring of Sand.
Ooh.
It is not the largest or most extravagant arena you've been to, but it is an arena. Not super large, maybe the size of like your average tavern, just hollowed out and lined with seats, almost like an amphitheater style.
Oh, okay.
And sure enough, there's some fights going on.
Yeah, she definitely walks on in, finds
Okay.
tries to find like the sign up desk.
It's pretty easy to find. It's run by a rather like mousy looking individual for where this area should be. And he just kind of looks at you. Yes, can I help you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's only 2 reasons why somebody would be here, and I think you can guess which one I'm here for.
Yeah. Okay. It's however much you want to put in the pot. Depends who you fight. Depends how much you get.
Okay. I'm gonna put 19 gold in.
Oh,
Yeah.
you see, like, is shooketh. Okay, so champion fight it is. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll get the bot. I gotta see if he's got 19 gold. Hang on. He walks off.
You know, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if that 1 point of fire damage makes a difference.
That's right. It's fine. She's got this.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So after about 5 or 10 minutes, he finally comes back. Okay, we got it figured out. You're gonna fight.
Okay.
Right? You're gonna be at the lunch event. It's the
Okay.
busiest time we have. The most customers aside from the dinner rush, but you're ready to fight now, right? Or are you going for dinner?
I'm good.
Okay. Midday special. Noon
Okay.
bout. All right.
Okay. I'll be there.
All right. What's your name?
Lovikazan.
I can't spell
Gesundheit.
that. He literally just goes, I can't spell that.
She proceeds to spell it. Or Zan, but
Got it.
Yep.
Make a quick perception check for me.
That would be a 14.
14?
Yes.
14.
Yes. Plus a help dice. Why not? Yep. 15.
15? Okay.
Yep.
You catch a glimpse, because it's obviously, it's you versus champion, then the name, champion's name.
Yeah.
You catch 15. It's pretty quick. You catch a letter.
Ooh.
Roll a d4.
Okay. 1.
You catch the first letter in the name. It's a B.
B. Interesting. Say, you wouldn't be able to tell me who I'm going up against, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's the reason we do it at the end of the week. You can get that day off. It's his name's Buck.
It's Buck.
Yeah.
Does he work in the quarry?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I work with him.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really hope you win. He owes me some money.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
All right, noon. And he like looks you
Noon.
sternly. Like this first time, like this mousy individual has a little bit of a gusto to him now. Noon.
Yes, I'll be here
All right, get here.
before noon. Do you know where the library is?
Which one? There's like 4.
Oh. The one in one of the pretty prep schools?
All the schools have one.
A magic school.
They're all magic schools. You're in the
They wear
capital of
uniforms.
Weave Tech. What's the name of it?
Well, you see,
Oh,
the something academy, the
Wait, that's good.
The
Academy was in it?
academy. Yup, the Buck Academy.
Okay,
I don't
there's
know if
only-
Buck owns an academy.
no. Did it start with a B though?
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you need to go. You need to go to the Bexreen Academy.
Okay. Yep.
All right, look, and he walks out to the street with you.
Uh-huh.
You see this Cerulean Castle? And you look, he
Yup.
points to the Cerulean Castle. It's just the largest blue stone building there is. It's the Cerulean Castle.
Yes.
All right. Look a little right and about halfway between us. See those 3 tower-ish buildings?
Uh-huh.
And you can see him as he points there.
Okay.
All right. See you in a few hours.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm already late.
Huh. Thank you.
See you before noon.
That's right.
Yo.
Um,
And
with you being held up this way and Red being held up this way, Doctor and Eva, you're about an hour or 2 or 3. Well, I'd say for Red, you're about an hour into reading and Red shows up.
Uh-huh.
You're about 3 hours into reading and Zahn shows up.
Dr. Zulu was looking for books about necromancy, if there is any.
Make an investigation check.
I will do so, and I'm throwing help dice on it regardless of the roll.
Regardless of what it is.
Yep. It's an 11.
11. I mean,
Total
you
2.
do find books on necromancy. It seems to be acceptably taught here.
Good to fucking know, actually. Don't have to be shady about it.
Red?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Eva, what were you going to look for?
Oh.
I have a laundry list.
All right.
The first thing that we're here for
Go
is
ahead.
something to do with stone elementals. So that's my first order of business
Okay.
for the 3 hours till everyone gathers.
All right.
Do they have any books relating to any knowledge about elementals in general and specifically
Make
stone,
an
if I can find it?
investigation check.
Investigation?
Yep.
Okay. $11.
11? Yeah, they have some books on elementals.
I'm going to start first just thumbing through them, seeing if anything even vaguely matches the description of what we saw.
I would say even, obviously 11 is not huge, but it's in the realm you're in, like, I say realm, in the environment that you are in, it is considered common knowledge for the most part because it's in a free open library. So you're able to find that, elementals can come in all shapes and sizes, depending upon their complexity of their constructed form, dictates their level of sentience, intelligence, and strength. There's even been known to be ones that would wear armor, wield weapons.
Words above. Okay. And then from there, it would be a matter of how would I put it? I guess behavioral psychology of elementals is the best way I can describe it. Like, are they naturally
Okay.
aggressive? Are they
Okay,
used to being around people? Are they so tied to nature that we're, like, weird to them?
Make one more investigation check.
Okay.
That'll be your 2 for the day.
Sounds good. 16.
16. You do find that most elementals are primarily pretty territorial. Those that do have that higher level of intelligence aren't against bartering, trading, tolerating, and even sharing territories. But the lower down the rung you get, the more savage, animalistic, and territorial it gets.
Okay. Works for me.
Red, once you show up,
Hmm?
do you help with anything or are you just there?
I will help Eva with whatever she's doing.
Okay. So go ahead and make your own investigation check.
Okay.
We will add anything you gain to check.
It's a 9.
What you find is what you find.
Okay.
Let's see
Sounds
here.
about right.
Opens at 8, 9, 10. About 3 hours in, Zahn rolls up.
Guys, I made it. And she's not quiet in this library.
No.
Oh, God.
Just hear the chorus of people going, shh.
Yeah.
She's going up, the doctor! Doctor!
Hang on a second.
Oh no, she's in trouble.
You yell it out once, Zahn, and then you go to yell it again, and nothing comes out.
I love it. Oh.
She just tries speaking regularly.
Nothing.
Somebody cast silence on you.
Mhm.
She doesn't know this. She's not a spellcaster. She's gonna take.
I imagine the one yell is all Doc needed for him to realize, oh.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna take her 2 hand axes and like put them over her head and start clanking them.
Oh
Trying to make
my God.
Nothing.
Doc cast precipitation in a way to make an arrow pointing to him.
As you do this, it's just nothing, no
And then
noise.
she starts getting angry. And like gripping her axes tighter, looking at the tables around her, the books.
And then you eventually see someone with their hand outstretched towards you with this very intent look. And then they go like this.
Just glares at the person. And then
They-
mimics the motion so like fudge you kind of murmur. She'll stomp through the library.
You walk about 20, 25 feet away from where you were, and you start hearing the sound of your boots again.
Oh no, does she do it again?
I'm sorry. That's the radius of the sphere. You get 10 to 15 feet away from where you were, and you start hearing the sound of your feet again.
Does she see the precipitation arrow?
And then
pointing
you
to
see
Doc?
this like bright neon green arrow just over the Doc's head, pointing straight down.
Ah, there you are. And she'll walk over. Not silently.
Not silent.
God,
Sit
Lord.
down. And then just sit down like Why did we choose a library again?
Because we needed information.
Right. Elementals. Well, I have to leave by looks on her non-existent watch wrist before noon. I have to be at the gladiator ring for the champion fight.
Are you watching it or?
No, I didn't know how much to bet, so I bet a fair amount, and now I'm fighting Buck because apparently he's the champion.
Really?
Yeah.
Have fun with
I
that.
know. I am.
Doc will just take out 10 gold, 10 of the, my bet on you.
I appreciate you, friend. She will make sure to hold that gold until she gets there. And I'm
Hey.
writing it down so I don't forget.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that whoever wins this fight might end up paying for that person's salary for the day.
That's why I bet 10. Nothing more. Nothing
Nothing
less.
more.
It's okay, I already put down 19. So we'll see.
Fair enough.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I think with that, that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh, yes.
Great job, everybody.
I finally have books. There's so
I
much
know,
more I
right?
need to learn.
I
Same. I want to
know.
do some more checks for more knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, and Red still needs to talk to the doctor about her dream.
Yep.
Yep.
That's true.
Next time.
Oh, actually, probably a good thing because my rolls started getting steadily worse.
Oh, jeez.
Next time.
Yep.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We do really appreciate it, and we look forward. I know I love being a DM at this table. These 4 players are fantastic. David, we still miss you very much. We hope you're doing great, and we look forward to you coming back. But the 4 players I have here, I just do want to like raise you guys up. The 4 of you are amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and of course to our community. Thank you guys for being here. We're hoping we're making you laugh, giving you good times. But
And to
until
our wonderful DM.
oh,
Yee.
Well,
I just roll dice and lie.
Jeez.
If he's not wrong.
I'm not wrong. I lie so much to you people. Anyways, if you enjoyed what you saw here, make sure to check out our Sunday stream where for a little more of a modern feel to a fantasy twisted game. I get to be a player. I recently got my subclass, Inquisitive Rogue, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. But come check us out on our Sunday stream. If not, then we look forward to seeing you here Wednesday. Have a great one. Enjoy your weekend. And as always, please remember, do not neglect snack time. It is important. Good night, everybody.